This is an emergency. The world seems to be going crazy. So, this is an emergency from the Elkins National Emergency Message Center. People are going crazy. They've been going crazy for quite some time. But we've noticed recently that the craziness is really out of hand. Stay tuned. We'll tell you what to do just in case you run into somebody with this illness. Okay? So, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. It's time to rise and shine this morning. And let me make this announcement. Since Friday is Juneteenth, and we got to take a day off every time I get a chance to do it. So I'm always off on Fridays anyway. So tomorrow I'm off too. Okay, I'll be back Monday after today. Just want to let you know. Okay then. So because I got to take a break. My mind. There are things. Yeah, like Ronald Reagan said, there are things in time and space that are not making much sense to me. They don't make much sense to me. But I'll explain all that later on as we get into the banter of today's conversations. There are just some things that just don't make sense to me. And I'm a pretty reasonable guy. Me and Plato got something in common. Or Aristotle. We believe in logic and reason, and there's a way to make decisions in life. And and sometimes I don't quite understand the decision-making process of human beings these days. That's all. I'm just saying. Anyway, it's and get it this morning. I'm kind of motivated right now. Just laying in the bed, looking at the with that thing in the ceiling, where that thing goes around and around and around. Yeah, okay, that's where I feel this morning. Good morning to you. As you rise this morning, it is 73 degrees outside this morning. It looks like it's going to be a little bit more like it was yesterday. It was raining yesterday. It rained a lot yesterday. Of course, it's spring, and that's what happens. Rain does come. Get Lord sends water to make sure the flowers and everything grows, and the bees pollinate the thing. Okay, you know how it works, right? Okay. 73 degrees, and the today's temperature, of course, is going to be a little bit warmer than it was yesterday. There's a 76% chance of precipitation today. Probably about 0.5, probably half an inch. So just be prepared. If you see puddles on the road and things like that, don't try to go through it, especially with some of them little bitty cars you guys be driving. Don't do that, because you may be in the walk and your car may be damaged a little bit. So just be careful around puddles and things of that nature, because they're deeper than you think. And your car ain't as tough as you think it is. Okay, on tonight, a 24% chance of precipitation overnight, overcast skies, low 77. And on tomorrow, again, a high of 79 and rain. Thunderstorms, some locally heavy downpours are possible. So let me just say, it's probably going to rain for the next couple of days, off and on. Okay, but that's okay. We can handle it. Okay, all right, we can do it. We can do it. Oh, and we'll get back here in a minute. But don't you guys, don't go any place, all right? We're gonna talk about. And I don't know why our city council can't make a decision about something that the decision has already been made. I can't figure it out. I just can't. I was so pissed off yesterday at the city council. I don't know what to do. I got my order for my signs and everything out ready to go, and they just haven't done it. Nobody got any nuts down there? Are the balls all gone? Huh? Boy, I tell you, tell us something. Just say. I got my signs ready to go. I'm ready to run for city council here. Come on now. You know what? They don't want me to do it. They'll take anybody to do it with me. That's okay. But that's okay. Anyway, I'll be back in a moment. We're gonna have a great conversation today. I can tell we're going to have a great conversation today. But before we do that, we must do the most important thing of the show. Yeah, Rand, you're absolutely right. I tell you, Whew, boy, I tell you. Anyway, I gotta go. We gotta go our daily bread. What's going on there, Dr. Joe? Appreciate you. And Rand, I need you to do something for me, man. Or teach me how to do it, whatever. I'll pay you. I got $20 for lunch or something like that. Yeah, we got to do some stuff here. Anyway, we'll get right. I'm motivated this morning. I'm mad. I'm upset at the city council. It's like nobody's got any nuts down there. Okay, there are two people don't supposed to have them. I'm good with those. But the other ones down there, I mean, what's the problem? They don't realize there's an election next year. If you can't make a decision on something that is quite obvious as this, why do we want you to continue to serve in the city council? Really, you can't make a decision about somebody move up the district, and it's not, listen, she may not have known she moved up the district when she moved up the district. I don't know, but she did. And Act 618 doesn't give you a choice for whether or not you stay or go. It says, verbatim, if you move outside the district, you vacated your seat. Why do they not have the balls to do it? Make the decision. Mr. President of the city council, what's the problem here? I got to get a lawyer and sue everybody down there? Well, I don't have that much money to sue everybody, but let's sue the council as a whole. Because I got no representation down there. None. Okay, calm down now. I'm good. Yeah, won't be raining where you are or where you are here. We'll talk about that later on. Anyway, next up, it is our daily bread, a word from on high, something that will hopefully change your perspective or give you a new one. But either way, our daily bread is always good. It's always a message in there for all of us. And I did say us, because I need a message sometimes too. So hang loose, and we shall return uno momento. Okay? So don't go any place. I mean that. I'll be back. I'm sorry, I was upset. I've been thinking about this all day long, all night long. Why won't they make a decision? Either tell us they're not going to do anything, or tell us what they're going to do. If they're not going to do anything, that's fine. We have to sue the hell out of them. But other than that, just, tell us something, man. I got a whole city council down there that's just ignoring what's obvious? Really? No. But they sure know how to turn people down for the liquor licenses down there. They ain't scared of that. We'll be back. Our daily bread's up next. A word from on high. We'll be back. Every moment filled with your warm embrace. Oh, one more thing. So, the mayor may have said that, but the mayor's not in charge of the city council. City council is more in charge of the mayor. So he don't get a say in this. Okay? He don't get a say in this one. It's a city council issue, not a mayor issue. And if you look at Act 618, the city council has the power. The mayor. We'll be back.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Today's reading, titled Back to the Basics, was written by Tim Gustafson. Resolutions, it seems, are made to be broken. Some folks poke fun at this reality by proposing New Year's vows that are, shall we say, attainable. Here are a few from social media. Wave to fellow motorists at stoplights. Sign up for a marathon. Don't run it. Stop procrastinating. Tomorrow. Get lost without any help from Siri. Unfriend anyone who posts their workout regimen. The concept of a fresh start can be serious business, however. The exiled people of Judah desperately needed one. Just over 2 decades into their 70-year captivity, God brought encouragement to them through the prophet Ezekiel, promising, "I will now restore the fortunes of Jacob." But the nation first needed to return to the basics, the instructions God had given to Moses 800 years earlier. This included observing a feast at the New Year. For the ancient Jewish people, that began in early spring. A major purpose of their festivals was to remind them of God's character and his expectations. In Ezekiel chapter 45, he told their leaders, "Give up your violence and oppression and do what is just and right." And he insisted on honesty. The lesson applies to us too. Our faith must be put into practice, or it's worthless. In this new year, as God provides what we need, may we live out our faith by returning to the basics. Love the Lord your God, and love your neighbor as yourself. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Ezekiel chapter 45, verses 9 through 10 and 17 through 20. This is what the sovereign Lord says. You have gone far enough, princes of Israel. Give up your violence and oppression and do what is just and right. Stop dispossessing my people, declares the sovereign Lord. You are to use accurate scales, an accurate ephah, and an accurate bath. And now picking up at verse 17. It will be the duty of the prince to provide the burnt offerings, grain offerings, and drink offerings at the festivals, the new moons, and the Sabbaths, at all the appointed festivals of Israel. He will provide the sin offerings, grain offerings, burnt offerings, and fellowship offerings to make atonement for the Israelites. This is what the sovereign Lord says. In the first month, on the first day, you are to take a young bull without defect and purify the sanctuary. The priest is to take some of the blood of the sin offering and put it on the doorposts of the temple, on the 4 corners of the upper ledge of the altar, and on the gateposts of the inner court. You are to do the same on the 7th day of the month for anyone who sins unintentionally or through ignorance. So you are to make atonement for the temple. Let's pray. Father, in this new year, may your Spirit show us the places in our heart that we keep from you and that prevent us from living lives that fully honor you. May our love for you be reflected in our love and service to others. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. I'm Stephen, and this encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Okay, I'm back. Hey, me and AI wrote this song, I'm telling you. I finally figured out how people are going to make money with AI and music. I figured out. You see, they may not be totally making the music, but they are producing it. So I think I'm gonna try some of that too. See, since I can't seem to get a job. Although I did get an email yesterday from Cumulus. Maybe they finally figured out that, I'm the greatest there's ever been in this job, except for Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh was the man. Other than that, he was the man. In talk radio, he was the man. I'm the second man. I did get a note. Now, the only problem is it's in North Carolina. But I would be near my home, Fort Bragg, I mean, it would be near Bragg, so I can go out there and tell a bunch of war stories. I don't know. It's going to be tough to get me out of Montgomery, though. I've been there so long now until I've become part of it. I'm part of the history of Montgomery now. I am. So somewhere in some book, somewhere a long time from now, my name's going to be in there someplace. I don't know where, but it's going to be in there someplace. My name's going to be there. Anyway, good morning to you. The number's here, of course, as you see. Okay, leave that. Okay, turn that off for a second here. I was so ticked off yesterday. I didn't know what to do. Here's my problem with city council right now. You'll go down there and they will take your business license from you, give you a couple of seconds, then tell you, admonish you for doing things that you ought not do, or undo the things that you do, which is cool because that's their job to make sure the city. So, but in this case, is don't do as I do, just do as I say do. Really, that city council is getting on my nerve. I love them. I love all of them. I mean, I like all of them. But officially, they are being what do we call that? What do we call that in the military? They are being what's the word I'm looking? There's a dereliction of duty here, because I got my stuff ready. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to hit the street and talk to the people and everything. I'm ready to go. They're messing around with me. I mean, either are we going to keep her? You can't stand that song? Well, you get over it. So anyway, so this is going to be interesting, okay? Because you know why they don't want me on the city council? Because I don't. Now, one man. Now, let me get straight. See, unlike some people who campaign for these jobs, I'm not going to fool you with a bunch of BS. Okay, one person on the city council can't do anything. Okay, it takes the ability to galvanize at least 4 other people to go along with you to make an ordinance. Okay, but I'm going to give you guys my platform here in a minute. Soon as we get done. Now, as soon as we can figure out. Now, either and I'm going to call one of them city councils this morning, because either they're gonna play city councilman or quit. I mean, wouldn't bother me. A couple of them quit. Wouldn't bother me at all. But however, I like them all. So I'm sitting there watching city council yesterday, right? And I wrote a whole bunch of stuff down. I wrote a whole bunch of stuff down here yesterday. Let's see. Yep. I wrote all that down yesterday, and I got it right here. See, in my notes right here, I wrote it. See, there's all the notes. See, there's all the letters right there. I got it. I wrote everything down. So I'll get to that as we get done. Let me get rid of that thing on the comment thing right there, and see what we can do right there. There's a number. If you want to call in, y'all can't call in when I first get going, because I got to get this energy thing out of me and see what's going on. Okay. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Oh, before we get to anything, I have something to play for you guys this morning. You know how I am always talking about culture, how it is changing neighborhoods, it is changing parents, it is changing the way things are being interpreted. Our culture in America is changing, not for the good, not for the good. At least in my perspective, anyway, it's not for the good. And I there's this guy yesterday was on Facebook, and I know people gonna say, well, he ain't nothing but a racist. We seem to use the word racist when we can't logically come up with an argument about things that people are complaining about. And this guy said something yesterday on Facebook yesterday. I thought it was AI, but it wasn't. I saw two young males. Well, to be honest, two young black males arguing in a parking lot. And you remember the young man who was in front of the Montgomery Police Department yesterday? I showed you with a big rifle, in front of the Montgomery Police Department, in the parking lot of the police department. And he was just dancing a jig with a rifle. Okay. And what we are trying to figure out, well, let me show you this right quick, and then we'll get to that. And this is going to offend some people. It did not offend me because he's only saying what ought to be said by a lot of people. Okay, it ought to be said. I know. Listen, this is why the world should not be ran by women. This right here. This is why the world should not be ran by women right here. Okay, this is it right here. Okay, now, well, I can't run for mayor because I'm really not qualified to be anybody's mayor. I mean, I can be a major, like a Major Payne, but I'm not. I can't run for mayor. I mean, and me personally. I don't really. Now I disagree with the mayor on this pride crap, but I don't think the guy's doing a bad job. I just don't think he's doing a bad job. Now, he's a Democrat. I mean, what do you expect Democrats to do? That's what Democrats, he like they go along with the pro-gay stuff and all that stuff. And I really don't have a problem against gay people either. Just don't be trying to make me gay, and I'm good. I mean, that's between them and their Lord, their God, and they can, like all of us, we all are going to be accountable for the things that we do. So I'll let them. Yeah, I got my own sin, so I can't. I can't say much about that one. But although a man can never turn himself into a. Now this guy right here. Now I know. I can hear the comments now. What the guy says. What happened? Here's what happened. He's going to explain to you. A young man saw a woman, 40-year-old woman, with a watch that he wanted. And eventually, he killed the woman, shot her in the head, and it was a black male. Okay? Shot her dead over a stupid watch. Unfortunately, it was a black young male who did it. Okay? But let him explain it to you, and then I'll be back. And it's all about culture. And he is saying what everybody is saying, but they can't say it because they'll be called a racist. Okay, they'll be called a racist. And when you get called a racist, well, hell, you don't want to be called that, because that seems to be the shaming word of our time. Okay, and this guy's not a racist. This guy's looking at reality, and I'm looking at it. And last night, I can tell you, go to Google, say man got shot last night. It's in there. I haven't even seen it. It's in there. Black man got shot. Yeah. It's in there. I don't even have to. Some town, some city, some street. Last night, all over America, black males are getting shot. It's almost like a silent war. But anyway, listen to this guy and tell me, do you agree or not agree with him? Okay? Because I agree with him totally.
Got another troubling story. Happens every day, like clockwork. 18-year-old black kid, actually black guy, sees a watch being sold on Facebook Marketplace. Wants to go pick up the watch. Who's selling it? White kid, white mom. 40 years old she is. The black guy goes to the house. That's mistake number one on the seller, but that's another video. And goes right up to the kid and says, yeah, no, I need this. As if he's not going to pay for it, he's going to steal it. The mother stands in the way, as you would expect. And the 18-year-old starts going away. And he second thinks it. And he says, nah. And he turns around and he starts pursuing the mother, who is now racing back into the house. He pulls out his gun and he shoots her in the head, kills her. over a fucking used watch being sold on Facebook. A woman loses her life because some black degenerate who can't get out of his own fucking way, who probably didn't have a father at home, and if he did, his father was probably doing crack. We need to start saying for what it is. The community of these degenerates that come out of these fatherless homes and these situations where they could barely read and write. I mean, seriously, not all blacks are bad, just like not all whites are great, right? Just like not all Latinos are bad, just not like all Asians are great, okay? We all have bad apples. But if you want to deny that the black community's got itself a little extra special issue, then you're just a complete and utter asshole. And until people start addressing this for the right way, people are going to keep on getting killed for no reason. The number one cause of death for black men between 0 and 40 years old is homicide. You don't see the issue here? And when I say you, I'm talking about the leaders in the black community. I was a guy who consulted for Ben Carson. I got no issues whatsoever with what your color of your skin is. There are some really great people in that black community. But where are you, man? Where are you stepping up and taking care of your own and getting these kids and getting these families back on track? You want to call us racists? You want to say that we're racist because we call out for what it is? Give me a capital R. I'm not going to sit here and play games. I'm not going to call you the N-word, but you sit there and you call yourself the N-word. You want respect from people? Start respecting yourself. Start respecting life and start respecting what it is that other people have. Stop trying to steal it and being a piece of shit. Got another troubling story.
Okay, then. Now, his words, his words were not necessarily for delicate ears. But I'm a black man, and I found nothing wrong with what he said. Because that's my issue too with our culture today. So a man goes to a woman's house, and this is just, and I can't even show you the other one where the man got shot down yesterday by another black man in a big parking lot. Other day, another black child in Montgomery Police Department with a big old rifle in the police parking lot the other day. Okay, so what's going on with our culture? I mean, honestly, what is going on with our culture? Okay, because I would like to know. Let me get that out of there right quick. So, what's going on? You know, it's difficult to find strong men who will stand up to this stuff. I don't blame that guy. I don't blame that because he could be black, Mexican, whatever you want to be, and he would. There in this, and I'm just telling you, it don't look. And let me tell you what happened since this culture is around. It is bringing about. I think unjustified consequences for kids, black children, black young men who are out there working their butt off, who are out there doing nothing but getting up every day, trying to grind, trying to make something of themselves. But they get categorized because of their color and because of their culture that's coming up with them. Okay, they just do. That's just the way it is. And so not only are they hurting themselves, they are hurting everybody in their generation that's around them. Okay. Now let me show you this. This is from yesterday. This is. I mean, we just got some issues, and I don't know how we deal with them until somebody, gets and I realize. Listen, let me get. My toughest conflict is. Let me show you. I got to show you this here. My toughest conflict is reconciling the past to the present. That's my toughest conflict in my own soul. Yes. Black folks were treated like a piece of trash back in the day. We were. I mean, there's just anybody with walking around since, like Mr. Bowling used to say, anybody with walking around since know that. But how everybody today did not do that. Okay. Everybody did not do that. Okay. Now, again, that just one. I got some more too, but this is the one from yesterday. Okay, this happened right here in Montgomery, Alabama. It ain't someplace else. This is right down the street. I mean, it happened. This guy right here was in Montgomery. You see right in back of him right there, Montgomery Police Department. This guy was right there. Okay. Okay, and he was. Here he is. See the gun in the parking lot of the police department. Okay, this ain't fake. This is this guy in Montgomery at the police department, outside the police department. He is lucky he's not dead. I mean, what in God's name would make a person, unless he's mentally ill, do that? Right when he turned around there with that rifle, somebody could have thought he was getting ready to shoot inside the police department and shoot him dead. There's a culture out there that if we don't fix it, and I mean fix it now, first of all, we should ban rap music. Listen to that crap. We should ban this crap. Look at him. I mean, and evidently there was somebody else there with him taking the film, watching him do it. But anyway, so, and now, I'm just confused. If my child ever did anything like that when he was that age, I'd have smacked them all around the street. I'd have taken them up to the jail and let them sit in there for a couple of days. Tell the police, listen, let him sit back there for a while. Let him sit back there for a while so he can get his act together. Okay, that's what I would have told. That's what I would have done. So the other guy, I think what's going on in America, and if we don't watch out, the streets of America is going to be littered with a bunch of black young men dead. We have got to change the culture. We've got to show them. We've got to show them. We've got to show them that there's a better way. There just got to be a better way. Let me see what this is. Let me see. Allow this. Allow that. Good morning, Simply Days.
Morning, Mayor.
Good morning.
He played that video again this morning, and I was coming out of back of headquarters one day, getting ready to go to lunch, and this guy comes walking across the parking lot, and he's got an old Dirty Harry gun in his hand. He's got a .44 Magnum. And I stopped because I'm thinking for a minute, maybe he's a new vice officer I hadn't seen. Maybe he's from another agency. And then I looked down, he had one of his hands missing. He only had one, he had a stub on the other side. So, well, he's not in law enforcement. So I started to pull my gun out. Well, other people were getting out of their cars, coming in headquarters, and they see him. Well, they all start approaching him, guns drawn, and he takes that 44 and sticks it to the side of his head and blows his brains out all over the side of the jail there by the Sally Port.
Really?
Oh yeah, they had to get the fire department to come out there and wash it down. And the reason his hand was missing because he had taken a skill saw 2 years earlier and cut his hand off with it. And he was wanting to do the old suicide by cop deal, but he decided to go ahead and do the deed himself. But that's the kind of stuff, that you got to be careful about when somebody approaches a police station with a gun in their hand. And as well as I do, that if somebody, and that looked like an SKS to me, and whether it was fake or whether it was real, but let's say it was fake.
Which would have been worse.
And
which would have been worse.
Which would have been, yeah, you're going to die. You're going to die over a fake gun. You're not even going to die over a real gun. But he whips around with that in his hand, and somebody shoots him dead there in the parking lot. Nobody cares about that video except you.
Well,
but all hell would break loose.
It would.
If he got shot. Everybody from all points would be there defending his good name. And that's just reality. That's where we are. And that's just like when you said, would somebody come to intervene? Would you intervene? You had a caller a week or so ago say, well, I don't think that boy in Texas should have taken he should have let the school officials handle that. He shouldn't have told that boy to get out of that tent. And see, that's the kind of person you're going to get on a jury. And if you try to intervene, they're going to say, oh, no, you should have called 911. You should have waited for it. So, but you can play that video, Mayor, but nobody cares.
Well, somebody sent it to me, so somebody cares, I guess. But
well, yeah, but I mean, the majority, the masses, it's just like this voting thing, Mayor. I went and voted yesterday, and sweet little lady at the church said, "I'm so proud you got out in the rain and came to the Lord's house to vote." And I said, "Well, I'm trying to do my duty." And she said, well, we need to pray for those politicians. I said, I know. I said, I know.
And listen, we need to pray for the politicians on the Montgomery City Council, too.
Well, they're all these politicians spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars telling lies on each other to get elected. Don't you think they'll lie to us, Mayor?
Oh, yeah, they would. I just can't figure out why we can't decide whether or not somebody the law says if you move outside the district, you no longer have a seat on the city council in that district. Why the city council cannot take care of that? I mean, this is.
Well, I told you I would volunteer my investigative experience, and I guarantee you, within less than 4 hours, I could give them an answer.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got.
But they really don't. They really don't want to touch that.
And why not? I don't understand why not. I mean, they didn't do anything to her. She did it herself. She the one moved.
Because that's a club. That's a club.
And what did George Carlin say about the club?
Yeah,
we ain't in it.
Hey, they had a supposed to. They said they were talking about maybe 10 or 11% turnout yesterday, and I think they said they had 9.
Yeah.
Let's look at the reasons why the turnout was so low. Let's go with number one: voter apathy, just not interested. People just not interested in voting.
Let me go. Let me go one. Wait a minute before you go. Let me go 1A. 1A. You have to have people who make it interesting, who don't give you the same platitudes that every politician who runs for office give us. Okay. I think it's a 50-50 deal. You got to put people up that can motivate one way or the other, like I'm going to do. You're going to motivate people one way or the other to not come out, to come out and vote if no other reason against you. But we don't.
You're not going to out Trump everybody.
No. I'm going to listen. I'll speak my piece, put it in plain English, and there's only one outcome. Either you agree with my philosophy, or you don't. If you don't, vote against me. But I think we keep putting these vanilla people, and that's why Trump is in office now. That's why Tuberville is in office now, because he's going to be governor of the state of Alabama, is because you may not like him. You may despise him, detest him, but you know what's on his mind. And you know what? I'd rather know where you stand, okay, then I know how to deal with you. But we put these vanilla people up for running for office And so I'm not blaming the populace. Give me somebody to vote for or vote against, not milk toast.
Well, look at number 2. They weren't able to get a bottle of water with a candidate's hand, in the hand, and carry it into the voting place. So that might have caused low turnout.
Well,
and then number 3, they weren't informed about the candidates. They didn't take the time to research them, so they really didn't know who was running and what they were about. Number 4, it was raining.
It was raining.
And rain has an effect on some people.
Yeah.
And then 2 people we know that were low turnout, they got shot Monday night.
Oh, Lord. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they were
they wasn't there.
So they were in the hospital. They couldn't vote.
Mm.
So there's a whole host of reasons why people didn't go vote. But do you think the number one reason that they couldn't go vote and there was a low turnout was voter ID? Because they had anticipating having to.
No. I don't believe that. No. There's nobody walking around the street with God-given common sense don't have some sort of ID.
Well, to go to the doctor, to get health care, to go to the you got to have an ID. You got to have an ID for everything in life today.
Yeah.
Hey, my friend up in North Alabama sent me and he told me to tell you, because he listens to you on the radio.
Yeah.
On your podcast. I got him on your podcast, but he said, tell you job well done getting out the information about the school deal with the 2 principals at the school.
Yeah, that don't make sense either. That don't make sense. Well, too highly paid.
It's like, it's like he reminded me, did you know at one time, Mayor, and my senior class at Lanier had over 700 people in it. And Lanier High School had 1 principal.
Wow.
Lee High School had a huge student body, 1 principal.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Davis at one time was either the most it had the most students in the state, had 1 principal.
Somehow.
So now with less students, why do you need 2 principals at 1 school with 50 students on a good day?
I think the problem is here, and again, it's a lack of intestinal fortitude. Evidently, they want to get rid of somebody, but they can't. So they put them someplace else so they can stay still employed. That's the only reason. That's the only logical explanation I could come up with. Why would you put 2 highly paid principals in 1 school?
And that is why government is the worst business model, the most ineffective. And that's why when you hear, we need money for the children, no, you don't. You need money to pay these over-bloated school systems. Yeah. Have a good day.
Appreciate it. And everybody keeps talking about Lyons. Brantley Lyons got divorced, I guess, in between on his term. And had to move. That's not exactly the same. But I didn't know he lived outside the district. If he did, nobody on the city council brought that up. Yes, Don.
On the voting thing, it's just confusing. We've had so many races here. Like I wouldn't vote yesterday, but I was looking to vote for a congressional district 2, but that's not on the ballot again until August. And I don't even really know who's running for that, as far as on the Republican side. I know your man is running on the Democrat side.
I thought they said, I thought they said they could go back to the original thing.
They did. Yeah. That's why it's going to be voted on in August.
Okay.
But on this, where in the law does it say the council decides residence of these people?
And I said they don't decide resident; they decide what the council is going to do as a whole.
They're not in it.
What do you mean they're not in it?
See, that's the crap. They're taking authority that is not given to them in the law. It's probably going to take somebody from that district to sue.
Yeah, probably me.
To get her out of there. It's actually the DA. Nobody's putting pressure on the DA. The district attorney is the one I see in the law that's supposed to get rid of this woman if she don't leave on her own.
Okay. I thought the city council did that because that's
no, it don't say anything about it.
It don't say that.
The city council don't sit there and decide if she's more favorable for them or not. The law says if she don't leave on her own, it's up to the district attorney to get rid of her.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I got a new name for the sisters. I'm gonna call them the chameleon twins.
Oh,
that's a chameleon's a lizard. I think that'd be good for the chameleon twins. Hey, your buddy, the Joe Jr.
Mm-hmm.
You remember he going off on Trump and the document thing the other day? He was doing his little thing on that.
No.
You know, they signed 2 special counsels to that. They signed one to Biden. And what did he say?
I don't know. Tell me.
He said he committed the crime, but he was a senile old man that the jury would find hard to convict.
Yeah, they did.
But Joe Jr. didn't bring that up at all, did he?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
He backed and supported the guy. But hey, Joe Jr., tell me this. You had that ban on Sweet Creek. How's that working out? I hadn't even heard you say anything about those athletes you wanted to get out of the SEC. How's that working out, Joe Jr.?
Yeah, them boys ain't leaving that money.
As far as the Negro killing the guy over the watch,
well,
you left out the one just last week in Boston where they killed a young college student for his phone. You got Negroes that are 14-year-old that are sticking up lemonade stands.
Yeah, I saw that too.
But the chameleon twins, they don't find any problem with that. They can't see anything wrong with and I can't wait for Willie Durham today. I wonder where Willie gets all his information. You know, he came up with the crap about them moving Cappy James and can you find where he reads all that stuff? I mean, is that just something that's sent out to black politicians or what?
I don't know. He got answers on questions.
They're the chameleon twin with their racist crap. You know, take your racist thing and stick it up your ass, Kabila. Nobody cares.
Yeah, the word racism gets way too much play. Okay, here's what I believe, and it's strictly what I believe. I think all of us have something in common. We want to be able to go home at night, whether it's day. We want to be able to go home every day, whether it is the light of day or the darkness of night, and feel safe in our surroundings. We want to be able to, with much accuracy, say, hey, when I get home, everything that I had is still there. We want to do that. We want to be able to sit outside on the porch without having to be able to put a shield up because somebody may come down the street and do drive-by shootings. We don't want to hear any more about kids being killed, being shot in their house. In their house. Not doing anything bad. Just sitting there watching TV, happened in Montgomery and happened a lot of places across America, because somebody in 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, we want to be able to just live. You know, I mean, there's enough things in life to bring you down where we don't need any extra added amenities, you know, and most of it. Now, I'm going to say at least 80% of us don't care about your color. We care about your culture. We don't care about your color. Right? Nobody cares. You know, we care about culture. We care about things that separate us. We're okay with those things that bring us together, but those things that separate us, and we are getting nauseated with this issue of color all the time, especially when there seems to be an overrepresentation of one color doing some of the things than another. I mean, it just seems to be. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but my mother would be absolutely petrified. And my grandmother, Lord have mercy, what the things that we do, and here's what really ticks me off. The other day I read there's a place called Colfax. Colfax, what's it called? It's a place called Colfax where years ago, I think it was 1920. Let's see, where is it at right here? I'll play this for 1 second here just to show you. And this is the time. These are the things that give me worry, because we won't let the past die. We just won't let it die. And I didn't say forget it. Of course not. We didn't say forget it. But we won't let you can't go on. I think there's a conspiracy of people who own the internet to keep it up, to keep reminding us every day of the bad things that happen. Okay, I think there's a conspiracy. Really, I think there is. And here's one of those conspiracies now. It's not a conspiracy, but it is. This broke my heart the other day. I didn't know this happened. But if you keep putting this stuff out, it's going to keep us apart forever. Because the young people do not have the mental capacity to dissect the present from the past. Okay? Take a listen.
Two brothers burned in front of 3,000 people and their sisters locked in jail. Thomas and Meeks Griffin were accused of murder in 1920. Two brothers burned in front of 3,000 people and their sisters locked in jail. Thomas and Meeks Griffin were accused of murder in Texas. A mob gathered before any trial began. Thousands watched as the brothers were dragged away and brutally killed. Their sisters were jailed, and one of America's darkest acts of mob violence was complete.
And when you see these kinds of things, which is absolutely terrible, yeah, it gives you pause to think that how could human beings do that to another human being? Well, they could do that easily by not looking at them as human beings. That was 1920. If you played this in a schoolroom today for the 8th and 9th graders, 7th, 8th, 9th graders, they wouldn't understand the concept of time. They just wouldn't get it. As far as they know, that happened yesterday. And we have politicians. We have, and I dare say we have whites in America who want to keep this kind of rhetoric going. And this is why we can't seem to move on. Because think about that. Did you see all those people sitting there? The Scottsboro boys right down here in Alabama. You see, I'm not unfamiliar with some of the atrocities that have gone on with my folks. My mother being born in Alabama, but I'm being born in Mississippi. Although I take her advice, she said, "Don't hate anybody, just don't trust them." Okay, I think that's pretty good advice, and that's for everybody. So, I would agree with you, but it is not. Those are not the people that we worry about. We don't worry about people who are in their house minding their own business. We don't worry about them people. Nobody cares about them because we know what they're doing. Okay, most Black law-abiding citizens are in their house taking care of that. That's right, they are. If everyone does that, that's right, we'll be all right. We will not have people blaming the Black race for a criminal like that. Well, when the Black race is responsible for a disproportionate number, not the whole Black race, when people of color are disproportionately having issues of crime, 13% of the population and 52% of all the murders in America is done by somebody that looks like you and I. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a culture problem. That's a cultural problem. And until we, as Black folks, admit that to ourselves, not everybody else, admit that to ourselves, we got a problem. And I'm telling you, there are going to be people at some point, if this keep crap, like the guy showed you, you use Facebook and go to somebody's house and kill them dead over a watch. I mean, yesterday, I think I'll see if I can find the other one. Got yesterday, two kids complaining in a parking lot. One has a gun like this guy had in front of Montgomery Police Department and shoots another guy stone dead. Stone dead. There's a problem, and it is a cultural problem that I'm unfamiliar with. I just don't know where that came from. I just don't know. But I know it is becoming, and of course this is not everybody, but unfortunately, when you throw water against a wall, it splashes everywhere else too. Okay? We all get labeled as part of that group that are doing so many things. My child, if he's walking down the street, he'll get labeled. And I know my boys don't do this kind of junk, okay? He never did this kind of stuff. But that's mainly because dad was in, my data's incorrect. Population numbers don't match your data. Well, you know what? It depends on whose numbers you're looking at. All I know is that we are the minority in America. We are not the major minority anymore in America. We're not. And we are still overpopulating the jails because of the stupid crap we do as a people, as a group, not as an individual. We still do. I mean, this day won't leave in Montgomery without somebody getting shot. If not this day, I guarantee you by the end of the week, somebody be shot. And they'll be black. Shot by another black guy that's black. That young generation has issues. And the issues is that most of them don't have a daddy. They got a father, because everybody does. But they don't have a daddy. Okay? That's right. The 90%, the 10% is given in 90% a bad name. That's true. That is so true. But it's that young generation. And listen, until we get some laws in the books that say if you procreated, if you have a child and you don't take care of them, we need someone gun in jail. Absolutely all day long. Okay, let me get this. Okay. See, at least I'm remembering to let me get that phone correct. Okay, let me get that. All right, there we go. I had to get that thing done. Morning, First Sergeant.
Good morning, Mayor Elkins, soon to be Councilman Elkins.
Soon to be Councilman Elkins.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Do you believe this administration is attempting to sanitize history?
No, I don't. I don't. But let me tell you what I do believe.
So let me ask you a question. If you don't believe that, then why have they ordered the removal for most things dealing with slavery?
Here again, this is just my own personal opinion. I think there is a fatigue in the 21st century about what happened in the 18th, 19th, and 20th century. I think there's a fatigue that whites are experiencing because hell, I didn't do it. I didn't do none of this.
But it's history. But it did happen, whether you did it or not. It's history.
It did. But let me tell you something about history. The negative of history is that you never know the whole story. You only know the part of the story that somebody said, because there were a lot of white people back in those days that helped black folks too.
That's indisputable, sir.
Okay.
George Washington, the first president of this country, had slaves.
Sure, everybody knows that.
And in Philadelphia, there was a display that talked about that.
Right.
He ordered the National Park Services to remove all of that information.
I mean, I would have to see a executive order or something on paper, because what comes out of Washington D.C., I just don't believe. I just. But
this is a fact. It went to a federal court. The judge ordered that they go and install, put that information back up, and they had to July the 4th to do it, which was interesting, which is the 250th anniversary of this country. But I think, Kevin, that, now you say that people are fatigued.
I think they
Do you think that the Jews fatigued about what happened to them in the extermination? Do you think that they should try to sanitize that history, that did not happen?
I think, and this is just my own personal opinion. I'm not putting it on anybody. I think Jewish people took that and got extracted power from it. We don't. We take those days and we sit around and complain without really doing anything culturally to change what people used to think.
So you're okay with sanitizing like that did not happen? I'm not saying the people alive today were the cause of it, but do you think there's going to a generation of children will grow up and not know? Because they, critical race theory, you don't want to teach it in school. And so you want to sanitize it through so it's be incumbent upon parents to teach their children anything about what occurred, because it's not going to be anything displayed in the public.
Well, I would really have to see because if it came on the newspaper, on the internet, I don't know.
That is the number one defense for this administration. First, this is what they say first. First, they say he didn't say that, or they didn't do that. And then when you show that they said it, then he didn't mean it. Then if you show that he didn't mean, he made a mistake. It's always a defense.
Because I have never seen a president of the United States lied on as much as they lie on this guy. Absolute lies on him. And I don't like Trump that much anymore. But again, let's be fair and equitable about our conversation about it.
So I'm just going to ask, so you don't believe there's an attempt to sanitize history?
I don't think there is the way you're putting it. No, I don't. I think what we are seeing is fatigue. Blaming us today for what happened yesterday.
So, my closing question is going to be this. If I can document that the White House ordered in Philadelphia for them to remove the slavery display, and then a federal judge ordered them, the National Park Service, have to go back and put those monuments and those displays back up, then what would you say if that was true?
If it's true, of course I would be somewhat concerned about that, because that is part of our history. Absolutely. But again, I got to make sure that the court case is real. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. All right. I just never seen one man vilified, because lies in the press, lies on TV, lies in magazines, lies. I've never seen a president of the United States lied on this much. They lie on the guy. He ain't my favorite turd anymore, But again, let's get him. If they took the microscope up Biden's butt like they do his, I think we would find a whole lot more than we want to. Yeah, Don.
There goes Willie again. Trump's thing was that they were putting out the race part of it more than they putting out the guy risk his whole life and everything to establish the country. They put more on the negative than they do on the positive. On the picture you showed of the blacks burnt, which is an awful thing.
Right.
What did they leave out?
What do you mean what they left out?
There was something left out of the story.
I know. I was amazed that many people watched two innocent men.
No, what was left out of the story?
I don't know what.
The two of them murdered their landlord and his son.
And we gonna believe that, given that the data given and listen, do you not
believe what? I mean, it said if you look up other than what that the race museum down there puts out and read the whole story, you find out.
But you don't believe.
I'm not saying burning people's the right thing to do, but you don't leave out the part where they murdered their landlord and his son.
And you don't believe that there was provocation for that back in those days, the way they
they had the right to murder their landlord and their son. Yeah, they had the right.
I don't know, but I do know we were treated terribly.
That's like saying that you don't believe they don't have the provocation to burn them. See, that's so stupid.
They don't.
You're going to throw out the other part. It's what is that museum, GI, whatever the hell they call themselves down there, equal justice thing.
Yeah.
They always leave out part of it.
And
there
again,
goes Willie Durham with his crap again. Where does Willie get all that?
But before
every morning, hey, you know, did you watch The View yesterday?
Watch who?
The View, the movie with
Vance on there.
You know, Vance was on it.
Yeah,
and,
I didn't watch it.
And Whoopi Goldberg came with the same crap that Reverend Willie came with this morning. And he said, well, can you give me a specific thing? And she said, oh, it's just thousands of thousands. There's too many to give. Couldn't come up with one specific thing. And all this. Tell me what black statues are being taken down. Can you name me one black statue that's being taken down?
Well, again, I don't know any black statues. I don't try to accept Martin Luther King.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're removing black history. They're taking down black statues. I can't think of one that's been taken down.
Yeah, I can't think of one that's been put up. So
and the whole complaint was, it's like the whole crap.
Yeah.
They overemphasize the slavery part of George Washington and don't put the part where he risked his life and everything for the freedom of the country. You know, and it's like Robert E. Lee. Robert E. Lee didn't even own a slave, but you know, you got that crap on him too. You know, it's just
again. I do. You know,
I'm 76 years old.
Outstanding.
You know, you got Joe Jr. the other day calling in. What was he talking about? The young boys over at Mississippi with the guns in front of the Emmett Till thing. And turned out, I looked it up. It was 30 years ago. The kids were out there in front of the Emmett Till thing. But they keep bringing it up like it was yesterday.
All righty then. All righty. I got you. And again, I think the fatigue is wearing on this country unless we change our direction. Okay. What's up there, Duke?
Now, Carolyn.
Yeah.
That's the worst response I've ever heard you given to a question.
And what was the question?
Worse. He asked you about the why they taking down the Black History. I mean, we done went over all this before.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's true what they say. They lie.
But your answer though.
And what was my answer?
Your answer was that the fact that white folk fatigue.
I think they are. I think they are fatigued.
Why? What they got to do with the question?
Because all we do often is complain, and the people who are complaining are not the ones that went through anything.
Well, Calvin, doesn't the Confederate have their little thing every year?
Nothing. I'm tired of that one too.
They used to have some there. Port Toulouse up there. Factory or somewhere up there.
Yeah,
do they still have that one? Do they still have that one?
I'm with you on that.
On TV
every year.
Rubbing in our face on TV. They used to dress up and have it.
And every year they celebrate losing. I don't understand that one. They lost.
Okay. Yeah, so the monument was taken down. That monument was taken down. What Trump do when he first got back?
What monument?
Confederate monument.
Taken down.
The Confederate monument, the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, but let me ask you something.
Didn't Trump go back? Didn't Trump go back to these military bases and put the names back up?
And I don't blame him.
When he first got back in.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
So what's the difference? What are you talking about? Do we have to use that phrase fatigue?
I went to
John, also.
Wait a minute.
Are we fatigued, Kevin? Are the blacks fatigued?
I think so sometimes. Yeah.
I'm trying for that same thing now. For that same thing you're talking about.
I went to John.
Then you sit here. Then when my boy get deep with you about it, you sit here and say,
I went to.
You can't believe what you see on TV. You can't believe what you see on TV. What you read.
You can't believe it. You just cannot.
How did you get educated if you don't listen and read and listen to other folks talk about it? All right, coming out of Trump's mouth.
Do you agree?
Then you got the vice president saying, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
I don't think people should have to apologize for being white either. They ain't their problem. They didn't.
Who asked him? Who asked him to apologize? When have they ever apologized?
But we've seen in this country often.
Who asked him? Who asked the vice president to apologize?
Wait a minute. I got white people asking white people to apologize for being white.
I said, who asked the vice president to apologize?
I don't know. Listen,
Why would he be so bold as to go out and say that to the American people?
Well, I think because
I know he did it. I know Kamud is going to come on here and say, "Oh, he did that at the Charlie Kirk thing." Yeah, that'd be even worse. Doing that at a Christian, so-called you love Jesus and all that, Kevin. Huh?
I hear you.
Huh? But back to the subject matter at hand. Yes, he's been taking down stuff related to black folks. Want to erase that history because he don't want the white kids to the young kids to see how they mistreated folks. Hey, and you said don't go back in the past. When Trump got a lot of bills, he went back to the past, 1700, making laws from the 1700s. So he go back in the damn past all the time.
I believe.
Go ahead.
And again, it's just me.
Go ahead.
I believe there's a conflict. There's a conflict. Even within my own self as a black man in America, having gone through a couple of racial things sometimes in my life. I can't say that my life has been a perfect nobody else. I put up with some crap too. But
so in other words, Calvin.
Wait a minute, I'm doing what my mother told me to do. She said, "Do not hate anybody, just don't trust them." And I live by that.
Right.
Because all white folks are not bad. All black folks are not good. But
Calvin, believe it or not, believe it or not, I can't name one white person, even the ones that racist and all that. I can't name one white person that I hate.
I can't either.
But I can't name it. I tell Joey and Scott on his show all the time. We talk about race. Someone accuse me.
But here's the problem.
Oh, we talk about race.
But
hell, we talk about it. They talk about it. I can talk about it.
I'm in the 8th grade, and today's subject is Black history. And the first thing to come up on the screen is how nasty white folks were to black people. What kind of mentality?
Where are they lying? Are they lying about it?
No, they're not. No, they're not. And I'm good with that.
Okay, but is it true?
Can my mind as a 13, 14-year-old, am I mentally mature enough to understand that is what happened then? It's not going on now.
It's still history, Kevin. We didn't say that got to happen. Now we hope it. Okay, some of the wars we had, the 9/11 or whatever, the 9/11 in Washington up there, and the other stuff that that didn't happen. New York, I meant to say, get it right, at the Twin Towers up there. Okay, that happened.
Sure,
that's part of history. Sure. People celebrate that every year, don't they?
But we don't celebrate it.
9/11. They talk. They talk about it. Remembrance.
Right. We remember.
Yeah.
We commemorate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that happened, Calvin.
Yes, it did.
It's part of history.
And we fought because of that, and we lost a lot of people on the battlefields of this world because of it. Black, white, Indians, Mexican. We lost everybody. Jewish people, Christian people, we've lost people who were the same mind.
Troy State went a long ways in the baseball this year. They beat 2 SEC teams. They beat Florida and they beat Ole Miss. Yeah. That's history for Florida baseball team. They're gonna remember that one, Kevin. Well, they can tell the young kids you can do that if you want to.
Sure.
Once you play hard and everything, because Detroit, we can beat the SEC team. That's history. Letting the kids know, letting the young kids know.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
What?
You do realize that black folks were not the only people treated bad in America by white folks.
That wasn't his question. No, he gonna let every race.
But why is
my boy let every race speak for itself? Every race speak for itself. It seems. So you say culture, everything culture.
Our culture right now in America is worse than anybody.
So let's go back to that. I heard you keep talking about culture. So culture, in the 70s and 80s.
Oh, there you're going back to the 70s.
I'm going back to 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Was we culturally going out there doing the stuff these kids doing nowadays? Did you do some of that stuff? Did you walk around? Did you ever see your friends with damn guns in their pocket at school? Did you ever see your kids with their guns in their car?
So
when you riding? When y'all went to the nightclub, when you and your buddy went to the nightclub, did somebody in the damn car have a gun? No.
No, they had knives though. They had knives.
So what I'm saying, we didn't do all this killing every week.
We didn't. So
we didn't do that. So we got damn they do our culture.
Wait.
Okay, because black been black a long time. Black been black a long time.
Let me say that. Do you know the phenomenon that has happened since the 90s? And what has happened is that a lot of men.
You said culture.
That's part of the culture.
I want you to explain the culture that all of a sudden black started to from the 60s, to the 90s, that blacks changed that much.
Okay, in the
in the
90s,
culture.
in the 90s, the late 80s and the 90s, it became fashionable to use the word "my baby mama" and make babies everywhere and walk off and leave them. It became fashionable.
Let's call culture what it is. When you got the hood mentality and you put it in the music and you sprinkle it all over the world for the white kids and the black kids all to get it, you're gonna see the white kids sagging like the black kids.
Okay, and they
you go around, go to any of these private schools right now, Kevin. You're gonna hear the rap music bumping, and you're gonna see the white kids with their pants hanging off their ass. And you see the girls with all different colors in their hair and all of that at these private schools.
I don't have a problem with
white kids.
I don't have a problem.
What about that culture? Have they adopted our culture or something like that? Since everything culture.
I don't know. No, they haven't. Listen, as long as they haven't adopted the culture of killing each other every night, I'm good.
Well, culture is culture. You always throwing the word of culture. Let's get more detail about what you mean about your culture. Because in the 80s, we didn't walk around shooting folks.
Say something,
in the 70s, you didn't walk around shooting folks in the 70s, did you?
Let me say something. There are things that generations will do because it's part of the whole. It's part of growing up. Okay. Anyway, appreciate it. Yeah, okay. There are things that teenagers for generations have done when they're growing up, and it's called adolescence. There's certain cultural things that are just going to be that way.
Hey, Kev.
Yeah.
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty good.
I want to touch on something that you said.
Mm-hmm.
I think where we went wrong, and you and Duke were just talking about it. If you look at it, the culture shifted through the music,
which started in the 90s,
which was in the 90s, and what you call you have to look at it. They were taught to defy the authorities, and then it just went downhill from there. And things that we should have been, culturally and publicly shaming, we embraced. They call it the style. You guys gave a very good an example, sagging pants, right? That became culturally accepted.
Yes.
The NWA went to I think they got taken to Congress one time because they did a song about F the police or something.
Yeah.
That started that. Look at where we are now. But the bad thing about it is we have to put and this is just me being fair, we have to put our foot down on what's wrong and what's right as a people. We can't expect white people to do this one for us. You don't have Sexy Red is not a white girl on TV. Her and Megan Thee Stallion not saying that they selling that WAP on TV. They're not white girls, but we've accepted it. Some of Sexy Red's, Glorilla's, their lyrics, we've accepted it. Also, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, we accepted it. I mean, they all played a part. Snoop Dogg, we accepted it. Can you name 5 white rappers that have the same message that our rappers have?
I don't know one. I only know one white.
Eminem was the only one I can think of that came remotely close, and the public stood up against him. But we have to publicly shame what is wrong. We all got common sense. We do. Yeah. We all have to, and we have to say, you know what? It's not good for us to be calling our women bees and whores and everything else in the music. Now the women are doing it to each other. There was a song out when I was I was in my 20s. And the whole hook of the song is, I hit that bee in the head with a bottle. Right. It became a club banger, but as you turn around and you look at the lyrics, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, throw your hood, throw your setup. And in the back of one of the songs, he said, look around the club and look to see who's throwing up another set. Go get in their face. Yeah, yo set ain't nothing. What you think that's going to do?
So what does that mean?
pretty much, if you see somebody throwing up a different set, you run up in their face and tell them they set ain't nothing.
What is that? What is a set? I don't even know what is that.
A gang. We'll just say gang.
Oh,
your neighborhood, your gang, your crew.
Oh,
it could be a variety of things. And then your club, your set ain't nothing. And before you know it, you got a riot started, and it's because of the subliminal negative message through the music. And it is also because it was not corrected in the music. We've had movies, multiple movies, underground movies made, exploiting the hypocrisy and the downside of our culture. And it was never corrected. This starts with us.
Yeah.
So until we put our foot down and say, you know what, we're not gonna do this. This music is no longer an art. It's nothing. There's nothing that's art about what we're hearing on the radio nowadays. My girl's got a girlfriend. No, that's not art. That's sick. That's sad, and that's perverted.
My girl got a girlfriend. Okay, I'm with you.
Right. Just typical songs. And you have to be careful what your kids are listening to. And not only the kids, you got to be careful what the adults are listening. Everybody ain't listening to no line dancing, so we have to be careful and cautious. But like I say, I hang up. I'm listening to the conversation. This is actually a good one, but this is something that we have to start correcting ourselves. And you know what? It's not going to be an overnight thing.
No, it won't.
I really wish they were banned, and I do mean banned, that drill music and a lot of this rap music. I mean, just look at the damage it has done to our communities.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna leave it right there.
Okay. Appreciate it. Jim Ziegler, which I said was gonna win. Let he gonna win that one. I said that okay. Well, it looked like all of my okay. I'm batting 100 on who I said would win, the ones I called. I batted 100. Emily Jones of State Board of Education, District 8, got 18,000. Yeah. It looks like 61% of the vote. And Sydney Brown, look like they're pretty. I'm pretty good. Yeah. The rest of these folks, I don't really. And the Montgomery. Let's get back to the Montgomery City Council one more time, because that's how I started this morning. Now, Montgomery City Council. Can we turn that? Okay, there we go. Montgomery City Council leaders, at least they lead in something, moved forward Tuesday night on several issues that have been closely watched by residents, according to WSFA, including the future of Jackson Hospital, the Greater Floyd Campus Master Plan, new rules for large neighborhood parties, and additional requirement for hemp-related businesses. The meeting opened with Mayor Stephen Reed addressing Jackson Hospital, the city's ongoing effort to help stabilize the healthcare access in Montgomery and across central Alabama. Reed said Jackson Hospital plays a critical role in the region, which they do, not only as an emergency care provider, but also as a safety net for patients across multiple counties. He said the hospital future is connected to a broader issue that facing Montgomery, including quality of life, economic development, military families, although we do have our own, we got the VA and we got the hospital out on base, veterans, and the city's ability to attract and keep new jobs. According to Reed, $15 million of the commitment has already been paid, and then 2 weeks ago, they're talking about it's imminent that they're going to close. Then why did they take that $15 million from us? I'm just saying, why did they do that? District 7 Councilman Andrew Samansky called Tuesday night approval of a major step forward. He said, but they can't make a decision on whether or not District 3 is been vacated or not. Because that's easy. See, that's too easy. That's too easy. But we cannot. Right now, I have no representation on the city council. I live in District 3. Nobody's in the chair. Okay, nobody's in the chair. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out, when are they actually going to do something about this? Okay, I mean, do they not have the gonads to do it? I'm just confused. I'm just confused, and I don't see none of them calling me right now, telling me what they're gonna do. So I guess we'll just have to figure it out as we go. But I got my sign already. Okay, I gotta let y'all see this. I got my sign ready to go for my new desk down at City Hall. Okay, I got it ready. I'm good to go. I got it ready. I had it designed yesterday, so I'm ready to roll. Okay, I'm ready to get in there and start my new job. Okay, as city councilor. Okay, of District 3. I really am. Okay, now let me see here now. Okay, let me see. See. Okay, where are we at? Just make sure we. Let me make sure everybody. Okay, there we go. Right there. There we go. Boy, that looks good. Okay, now let me show you. Let me just show you. I'm prepared for the job. Okay, I am prepared for the job. Okay, I really am. Okay, see right there? Right there. That's me right there. Okay, Councilman Elkins. See, I want let it go forth that Elk Dog is ready to take the mantle of leadership in District 3. Okay, let it be said. I got my signs already. Okay, I'm just saying, y'all might wanna take a look at that. Okay, you might wanna look. That looks good. Doesn't that look good? Man, I never seen my name in a big like that. Okay, I'm just saying. So y'all just make sure that you now as soon as our city council gets some balls and do what they need to do, then that's going to be on my desk down at City Hall. Do we get desks in City Hall? Does anybody know? Do we have a office in the City Hall, a common office or anything down there? Because I got to put this someplace. I got to put this someplace. Okay, I'm just saying this. So if anybody knows that down there, let me know. And I got to go. I'm going to go down there today and pick up my room, my office down there. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So and put my sign up on the thing. Yeah, I'm just believing that I'm gonna win the race. Okay, I'm believing that. Now it may not happen, but I'm believing that. Okay, so I'm just saying, council. Don't that look good? I'm trying to tell you, boy, that looks good. But anyway, okay, well, we're gonna leave that alone. You be familiar. What is that? You need to. You should be familiar with no representation when you lived in District 2. I didn't know that Brantley. Because I used to have on the show sometimes. I didn't know that Brantley even lived because nobody said anything about it. There was no public display. And in this case, 1819 News, and there was no mention of it in Montgomery until 1819 News came down to Montgomery and fished out the information. I didn't know that he didn't live in District 2. Nobody said anything. And that's the problem with our local people sometimes. You know, we're so busy trying to protect each other that we're not looking out for each other. Okay. And I'm just saying, you know, but you got to admit that looks good, don't it? I mean, that looks good, right? Councilman, I mean, that really looks good. Y'all just got to, that does look good. I tell you, that looks really good. I think we ought to have an Elkins Day in Montgomery. Okay. I think we should. Okay. But anyway, so much for that. I just want to show you that I got it ready. I'm ready to take the mantle the minute they tell me that District 3 is available for representation. So I'm waiting on them for that. Okay. And don't forget, I won't be back until next Monday. I'm taking the holiday off and taking a couple days off to rest and relaxation. Yeah, I'm going to Prattville. Anyway, but it's all good. Okay. Just remember that sign right there. Councilman Elkins. Okay, that's how you spell my last name for those folks who want to know. Okay, then. Okay. I'm just gonna let that go. Okay. So let me see now. What else is going on over there? Was an ASU band playing one of those vulgar songs a few years ago? They did. They did. I don't quite understand. Again, that's that generation. The 90s, when things began to go downhill culturally for some of our young people. Yeah. Anyway, moving right on to other things. There are other things to talk about. The other day, I've been protesting about these high speed chases. There was another one. I believe it was on Vaughn Road the other day. Okay, somebody could have died, and unless our legislatures get their act together, somebody is going to die. I know of one person already that died from a high speed chase with the police, and that was the pastor. Was it a pastor of First Baptist Church on Ripley? He was the chaplain for the police department. He died because he got hit. Somebody trying to get away from the police. High speed chase. Okay, we got to stop this now. And don't listen, Montgomery Police Department, the mayor. Don't come to us looking stupid when it happens, because and the state patrol, it is going to happen. I can understand maybe down the freeway on a one way ride, but even that's too fast. The car can slip. It can go across the other lane. You can cross the other line, the medium, and all kinds of things. You can get people killed chasing people. Okay, you got radios, you got helicopters, you got all kinds of things. Hey, try this. Don't chase at all. Just get behind him at a regular speed. He won't know you're there. Get a fake car. Get in another car. Find out who he is. I mean, but this speeding thing, it happened. And we lucky that a lot of people didn't get killed on Vaughn Road. Okay, we lucky. We need to cut that crap out. Okay, unless you know of somebody in the car that possibly can be killed and life is in imminent danger, because somebody smoked marijuana is not a reason, or he got caught with dope, or you don't have a driver's license. It's no reason to chase people down the road at 90 miles an hour. These people got up to 108 miles an hour. You cannot stop a car immediately if you're at 108 miles per hour. You're going to kill somebody again. Okay. I'm just saying, you might want to think about that. Somebody told me that Brown's going to run for president again. Yeah, they told me that Jamel Brown said he's going to put his name on for the presidential race next year. Okay, ain't no problem with that. Was it Pastor? Is that who that was? Anyway, and he got killed. Okay, I'm going to play the tape. The lie you are telling soon as you run for office. Well, that's okay. If I told a lie, if I'm lying, I don't know it. So just tell me. Tell me I'm lying, and I don't lie. I don't lie on purpose. I mean, if it's not a lie if it's not on purpose. It is a mis. Done.
Yeah, come on. Why don't you come over and fix my stuff? Because I'd rather be typing than doing this. You could fix my stuff.
I sure can, but it's a service.
But let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why don't you want the police riding up and down at 90 miles an hour with sirens and lights when the citizens are riding up and down 90 miles an hour with no sirens?
Great question. Great question.
Because you got a mayor that ain't going to go out there and stop anybody. Ask separate days how many people. The people are supposed to be out there writing tickets is what's called traffic. I bet you they ain't got one cop assigned to traffic.
Actually, I saw a bunch of people getting pulled over the other day. So I did see a bunch of them.
Yes, it was done by the sheriff department.
No, it was done by Montgomery. They were Montgomery.
Where was it?
Motorcycle officers. Okay.
Where was this done at?
I don't know where it was done. I go all over town. But
you said you saw it.
I did see it. I got a lot of you.
You don't know where you were?
I'm all over the place.
You're like the woman that said Trump raped her, but don't know where it happened.
Right, that bad. I was Ubering and
making up stuff.
Wait a minute. You're not that important.
Just jump to make up stuff. There ain't no police officers out writing tickets.
Yes, there is. I saw some.
No, they're not.
Okay, well,
tell me where it happened.
Well, in Montgomery. I can tell you it happened in Montgomery. I was.
Yeah. Oh, well, you narrowed it down.
Thank you very much. Hey, Don, always good to talk to you. Okay, I'm just saying. I saw him. And listen, there's a service called I'm a qualified, bona fide, verified computer guy. So if I come to your house, But I tell you, normally I charge $85. But for you, just to get you so you can write, it'll be $40. Call me when you want me to come over, and I'll come over and fix it for you. $40. That's what it's going to cost. $40 seems to be the median price these days. And that's my senior citizen discount. Okay. And another thing, talking about discounts, man, I have not talked about my sponsors today, and let me do that right now. Do you need a cell phone? Do you need one? Do you have one? Okay. Do you have one, or whatever the case may be? I'm going down to call me on my home phone. I talked to you enough today already. I mean, my cell phone. We'll talk later. Anyway, so if you need a cell phone, hold on for 1 second. Let me get my spot out the way, and I get right to you, Charles. If you have a cell phone, or you need a cell phone, or you got a cell phone that doesn't work, and you stuck it to somebody, you're not paying for it again, that ain't a problem for us, okay, at One Stop Wireless. We can take that old cell phone, turn it on for you, no matter who had it. We can turn it on for you, at least in 99% of the time we can do it. Or they can do it, because I don't know anything about those cell phone people, about the cell phone. And it's called One Stop Wireless. You can get in it, you can get a phone, and your phone service only run you I think it's $25 and $30 a month, text and data. Okay, so you got no problem there. Okay, anyway, One Stop Wireless, and you can also pay different bills over there. You can pay your light bill, your gas bill, and all that kind of stuff. You can pay that over there too. They're right there at the corner of Atlanta Highway and Coliseum Boulevard, 3445 Atlanta Highway. Okay, right in that gas station right there. I think it's called Shell gas station right there. Trust me, you want to go see him. I keep telling the story all the time. I left from here, went to Indiana. I had a phone from those guys 6 years ago, and it's still working. And not only is it still working, I was able to get, even with all those stupid looking windmills up there in Indiana, I was still getting my signal bright and clear. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So don't worry about that, because some cell phones right here, if you try to go to Birmingham, you lose signal. Not with these guys. It's a good system. They're good people, and do business with local people when you can. Okay. Where they're located? Yeah, 3445 Atlanta Highway, at the corner of Atlanta Highway and Coliseum Boulevard. You'll see, go to the left, you'll see a gas, I think it says Shell gas station. That's where they are. They've been there for a little while. They were down in that little shopping center on Madison Avenue. Okay, but then they moved down there, and they are doing great work. Again, 320-2988. 320-2988 is the number. 320-2988 is the number. All right, Charles, what's up?
Kevin.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell your boy you got him caught in one this time.
What?
Brother Don.
Oh.
Give him 5 seconds to tune in so he can hear me. I got 2 tickets last week from the Montgomery Police Department. I'll bring them and give them to you.
Okay. Good.
He lying this time.
Yeah, he lying, yeah.
I got 2. He gonna say I'm lying, but I don't mind. I'll give them to you.
Mm.
And you can look at it for yourself. I got 2 tickets last week. So they are writing tickets. They probably ain't writing them fast enough and enough of them. But they darn sure writing them, because I got 2 with my name on them.
Yeah, I was Ubering the other day, and I see them had some cars pulled over. So I said, hey, there's on more.
Yeah, they definitely had me pulled over.
I'm sorry, brother, but it's
all good. It was just a malfunction. I'm good.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It ain't gonna cost me nothing. I'm an old soldier.
Yeah, I understand. All right. Hey, appreciate it.
All right.
So, Don, like I was telling you, they are writing tickets. Okay. I mean, it's kind of like Trump thing. If a guy does something wrong, let's call it for it. But let's not make up crap. Okay. Like me. When I started running for this seat, people gonna lie on me like I don't want to, but I don't care. I'm used to getting lied on, so ain't no big deal. I'm only letting you on because he just said he got to
call in, but I need your help real bad. Can you set me up a GoFundMe account so I can get this $40? I know the Chameleon twins would donate.
I can't set you up a GoFundMe. That's between you and them.
come on, you can set me up a GoFundMe because I need a helping hand to get this $40.
I know you do, brother. Well,
Somebody
see,
out there that
look at,
wants to complain about me calling should help out.
yeah. Well, you need to sell that.
You're the one screwed up. What happened when you screw up? You're supposed to correct what you did.
That's what Democrats do too. I'm one of y'all to do.
Hey, will you ask whoever Charles is what the tickets were for? Why does he keep committing the same crime?
Well, he said,
I'd like to know what he did.
Well, I mean, but obviously he got a ticket. You said
I was riding around with no tags.
Okay, all right. You think black folks all ride around with no tags? I think Don just doesn't like black people. We did something to him a long time ago. I don't know what it is. All right, man. Now let somebody else talk sometime. We can have a conversation here.
I ain't want you to talk. I knew what you were going to say anyway. That's the reason I just talked over you.
Yeah.
Because I knew you was going to protect Trump and say, y'all hurt his feelings. He should hurt y'all feelings back if you want to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But Curmudgeon, why he want $40?
Because he wants me to come to his house and fix his computer thing.
Oh, I thought he was going to take another vacation and not call back to your damn show while he's on vacation. That's what I thought. I was going to chip in on that one. I was going to chip in on that one. If he's going to take a vacation in his RV and park it on the beach side and whatever, and call back to talk to you. If he need $40 for that, then I may pay the whole thing myself.
Okay, well,
and not eat for a week, you know.
Okay, I understand.
So, but Calvin, though, what you wanted to say though, you cut me off though. What was your response to the fact that in the 80s and the 90s and part of the 2000s, we didn't have the problem with the so-called cultural stuff? You wanted to
I agree. The culture started in the 90s. The 90s, baby, the crack epidemic and all that stuff. It all started then. How do we get out of it? I don't have a clue. But it started.
But what pissing me off here the other day, though, Calvin? I tried to listen to Killer Dillon them station, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they got these women on there. They got one woman saying, making love costs money. If you got some, you can get some of me, she say.
Yeah.
So here's my question. I asked a bunch of women one day, they used to argue with me in the mall one time. I was doing a little job in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
They said men supposed to spend money on women, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I asked them what's the difference in these songs they got out. These women telling these men,
and I gotta tell
he need to pay her bills, right?
The blues,
if I got a prostitute,
the blues are just
but Calvin,
yeah,
those ain't blues anymore. These women demanding men to pay their bills and get their hair done and fake eyelashes and all this bull crap and a fake butt. Some of them got fake asses back there.
Why you buy fake booty? Why would somebody do that?
They can get it's a spongy looking thing they can put on and make them like when you walk past them they say, "Ooh, she's fine." She might be a man though.
Yeah, she might be a man. Yeah, absolutely.
But the thing is, here's the question I ask these women. I want you to ask these women on the show the same thing. What's the difference in a prostitute and these women begging?
Not much. Let me get this right quick. I don't have much time. Yo.
Kevin, is Andre calling back.
Yeah.
Tell your boy, first of all, he lied and said that they wasn't writing tickets.
Right.
I said, I got a ticket.
Yeah.
If he would listen and stop talking so much, I already said what the tickets was for. They was for equipment malfunction. I said that when I told you that I got the ticket.
Yeah.
Next thing is, I got all insurance. I have all of my driver license in order.
Well,
and I got a perfect driving record.
You getting any of that insurance for $39 a month that they keep?
Hell no. Mine more like in the thousands for my vehicles, buddy. And you can take a look at it anytime you want to.
Not a month.
I don't mind showing it to you.
Yeah, but not a month.
No, I don't pay $39, my friend. The vehicles I drive, $39 insurance ain't gonna do nothing for them.
Okay. Well,
so tell your boy that I got what I need.
Okay.
I don't ride around with no license.
I'm sure he
and no tag.
Yeah, I'm sure he's still.
Tell him he probably got a light out on his car if he ain't looked behind him lately.
Yeah.
Who looks behind the car and check the lights every time they get in the car? I didn't know.
Yeah.
But I know now.
Okay.
Nah, I wasn't doing the what he think the black folk break the law. I wasn't doing that. All black folks don't go around breaking the law.
All right, appreciate it. Got to run because I got to get my other spot out the way here. I got one more spot here, and this spot, of course, is you know this, right? Montgomery Computer Service, located. Well, let me get right back there. I gotta get the Simpler here, and then that'll be my spot going out. Morning, Simpler.
Well, if you get an office, you're gonna need a driver, and you're gonna need. So I'm volunteering to be your driver,
Okay.
and you're gonna need a hand sanitizer, man. You know, to hand you the hand sanitizer after you get through shaking hands with
all
the common man.
That's true. Yeah, okay, yeah, do that for me. I don't really care who makes the hand sanitizer, and make sure you have a paper towel with you. Okay.
Well, I'll get one of those Secret Service outfits,
Okay.
you know, and be your driver.
Okay,
and,
now
and
we
you're
don't-
going to.
Let me just say, we don't need no Escalade. We don't need no townhouse, nothing like that. we just need some dependable. Well, you can drive the Escape. You can drive my car, and we can drive around that car. Yeah, that's what we do.
Well, see, we got it all worked out. And you're going to eat a lot of big English peas and a lot of chicken, and you're going to kiss those babies now.
Don't mind kissing babies at all. Babies are not ugly. There are some women that just you can't kiss, you know. But and there's some women who won't kiss me, so we even. So we're good. Hey, appreciate it. I gotta go. I gotta get my last sponsor, Montgomery Computer Services. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you got a computer that's over 5-7 years old, you need to change it. The new technology is out. Your computer will not handle Windows 11 and Windows 12 when it comes out. It's not going to do it. It is time to trade up or redo. Now, if you got an HP, Dell, or something like that, you can't really upgrade the computers because they make their stuff proprietary. But if you let people like Montgomery Computer Services build you one, we can build you a computer that is upgradable from now to infinitum. Okay, these guys are good people. Okay, if you're in a business, you got network problems, they can help you with that. If you got wireless problems at your business, they can help you with that. They can help you with your servers. You got a server, you got data loss, you got all these things. They can help you with that. Don't wait until your computer goes dead, until your hard drive dies, because to get data off a hard drive that's dead, going to run you anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000. Backup, they can put in a backup system on your computer, show you how to back it up. Don't wait till it's all messed up and then call them. Okay, and I work with them too. I work down there sometimes with those guys too. So you can get me a celebrity to go down there and help work on your computer. I love working on it. It keeps the mind going. Okay, another thing, if you go down there, call them up and you say, "Hey, Elk Dog told me you called the discount." Here is the discount that say Elk Man. Say, I want the Elk Man discount. Elk Man, ELKMAN. You want the Elk Man discount, and that way they know that you listen to us and that we're doing some good. Okay, so tell you need the Elk Man discount. That's Montgomery Computer Services, located at 5141 Atlanta Highway, right next to the health food store, Healthwise Food, Geico Insurance, or Progressive Insurance, whoever is down there on top of that hill. Okay, but Healthwise Food is the biggest thing down there, and so you can go down and see them. I'm telling you, they do good work. You cannot afford to call them. You know, the best way to get a computer, man, is before you break down. A lot cheaper that way. Poor maintenance on them. Check it out. Make sure you don't have any viruses on your computer, malware, and things of that nature. It's too late that once it already you got it, you know, it's too late. We can still fix it, but it costs more. So you know, and they got special rates for businesses. They got contract for businesses where they you don't have to pay every time I come, every time they come or somebody comes. Anyway, call them because Tyler Stewart is the proprietor of that great establishment down there, a former United States Army real airborne ranger. Kicked indoors, looking out after your he was in the 1st Battalion, 75th Infantry. I was in the 2nd Battalion, 75th Infantry, 75th Infantry at Lewis, and he was at Benning. 20 years apart, but we was in the same unit. All right. So I'm telling you, he got the Ranger tab though. I didn't. That's because they probably didn't want me to show everybody up. Anyway, enough of that. I'll be back Monday. I'm taking it tomorrow off and Friday. Just gonna go out of town, and I know I won't be missing that much. But when I come back, I should have many things to talk about. I should have many things to talk about. I'm only letting you talk because I'm leaving.
But it's funny. Look, he said he's got a light problem on his car. Is what it pulled it over.
Yeah.
But he said it was going to be thousands of dollars to fix it.
No, he
What
said
kind
he
of light problem
said
is that?
insurance. He said insurance on his car is thousands of
No, he said that they pulled him over because of equipment dysfunction.
Oh.
He said it was a light, but it started off said it was going to be thousands of dollars to fix it.
Well, we don't. Okay. Hey, I got to go. But we were really talking about insurance, whether or not. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, let me leave you with this image right here. Let me leave you with this image right here, because you need this. You really do. You need to know that I'm out there and I'm trying to look out after you. I'm gonna leave you with that image right there today. I just want you to know, when I get in office, you can believe what I tell you. Okay? Because if it's ugly, it's ugly. If it stinks, it stinks. Okay? But I'm pro-business. Absolutely pro-business. I get tired of the city council people talking about, well, did you talk to the neighborhood association? Okay? There is nothing in the law that says you have to talk to the neighborhood association about your business, as long as that business is legal. Okay? As long as that business is legal and you are following the guidelines put forth by the city council and the laws and the statutes of the state of Alabama, and you're in the right the right place to do that kind of business, because all these things have different, what they call that when you have to be zoned in the right zoning. Yeah, you're good. I just want you to remember that, because they come up with some of the most dumbass ideas to turn people down for their business. And that one about the neighborhood association, can any councilman tell me, tell me where in the law it says you have to go see them in order to do business? Okay, I just need to know that. Is there any person that has to do that? Is there any law that says you have to? No, there isn't. No, there isn't. We put a abortion clinic across the street from a church. Yeah, we did. There was an abortion clinic right across the street from a church, and we are whining about somebody having a club in a neighborhood. But abortion is okay. Okay. Anyway, I gotta go right now, but I just want you guys to know that, and this is the lesson of life for today. I forgot to put that on there, but did I put it? Did I have it on there? Did I do that? Okay. And listen, I also want to thank you guys. And don't forget, folks, tell folks about the show, because I'm trying to make $20 for rent. So I'm like 4,000 people off. So I'm not getting any money. When I first started this, I didn't know you made money doing this off of views, and I had no idea. I just wanted to do something that I thought could change people's mind about things in life, and give you a different perspective on life and what lifing is all about. Okay. But here is today's lessons of life. The word for the day is Nimrod. I got a friend named Nimrod. Okay. You know who he is. And this is his name. But Nimrod actually means hunter. It's in the Bible. It's a hunter. Okay. So Nimrod, good morning, sir. Another fully titled, dressed out airborne ranger. See, we're becoming the town of the airborne. We know the Air Force is out there. We couldn't be airborne without the Air Force, but the Air Force is out there, but we're going to take it over. I better not say that. We live in treacherous times right now. I don't mean take it over. I mean, we'll be, sooner or later, I'm going to call everybody at Fort Benning, and we're going to move them here. Okay. We're going to clear out Columbus, and we're going to turn to Montgomery Airborne, capital of the world. Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so anyway, the lesson of life today is very, very simple. It is something that we all, at some point in our life, need to do. Whether we want to or not, sometimes in our life, we all need to do this. Okay, sometimes just 2 words, just two small words. 8 letters, 2 words can make a difference, not only in your life, but in somebody else's life. And those 2 words are, I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong with apologizing to people about a hurt that we have given them. Okay? And one more thing. As you go through the day, make sure everybody that you meet is going through something. You can be the difference of them giving up or keep going by simple words as, how you doing? I hope your day is fine. Is there anything I can do for you? Are you feeling okay? Make a difference in people's life. Don't take money all the time. You'll be surprised of the simplest things that can raise people's spirit. Right? I'm just saying. Anyway, sometimes just 2 words can heal the wounds of life and yours. Those 2 words are, I'm sorry. Use it every once in a while. You'll be surprised at what it can do. Good morning to you. It is a great day, a fantastic day to be alive. And remember, there's nothing wrong with falling as long as you don't stay down. The strength comes from keep getting up. And there's an amazing thing about keep getting up. You find out every time you do, you get a little bit stronger. Like we're saying, oh, Airborne, have a great day. And Airborne, have a great day. I'll be back Monday. Okay, I won't be back. Yeah, I'm going to practice. See you later. Hey, that's a long trip for me. Okay, anything over 8 miles is a long trip for me. Just saying. All right. I gotta go. That's true, Willie. That's true. Yeah. Liquor clubs, event centers, come on down. Not so fast. They still got to obey the rules. But everybody should be the same standards should be for everybody that gets a liquor license. Some people shouldn't have to guess whether or not they're going to get one. If they give you standards and they don't have any standards written on paper, none. That's going to be one of them. Oh, yeah, and the pooper scooper. Yeah, that's going to be one of my platforms, too. I'm going to try to get past a pooper scooper ordinance around here. So you and your ugly dog can't come on people's yard and drop their load, and you sitting there trying to clean it up. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do that. Let me leave you with this great thing right there. Councilman Elkin. There. The pooper scoop Elkin. Call me Scoop Elkin. Okay, that's right. I gotta go. I could never get out here this way. Anyway, good day and have a great day and all that good stuff. But yeah, Councilman, the Poop Scoop Elkin. That's what you call me, Poop Scoop Elkin. Because if he gets in there, we're gonna try to mandate. I say try that you walk around. If you're walking around the street with your ugly little dog, dropping a load on everybody's sidewalk, everybody's grass. When they go out there to cut grass, they step in all that crap. Hey, guess what? We're gonna charge you $100. At least that's what I'm gonna try to do anyway. I may have some resistance down there though, because a lot of people love their dogs, and I love dogs too. I love them, but I don't love what comes out the back of them. Like they don't love what comes out the back of me. Okay, I'm just saying, if you're going to walk your ugly dog around town, buy a pooper scooper or a plastic bag with gloves. That way you can pick it up yourself. I don't have to. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Scoop Elkins. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Pooper, scooper, Elkins. Okay. I can live with that. All right. See you later. Have a great day.
Grateful heart with such sweet ease. Thank you, Lord, for every breath I take, for the love that heals and the joy you make in the tapestry of life. I see your grace, every moment filled with your warm embrace. Through valleys deep and mountains high, your faith a beacon in the sky. Every trial with lessons wrapped tight in